Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, and cats, and welcome back to Calm Down Level Up. If you remember last episode... Oh shit. Oh crap. Wait, so India just capitulated? To who? Oh my god. Oh my god. So it capitulated to East Turkestan. Yeah. If you thought it was if you thought this was bad last episode, yeah, this is a little bit bad. This is still a puppet of India, right? The Republic of China? No, I guess Republic of China is now independent. It was a puppet of India for a little while. I guess not. But welcome back, guys. Remember last episode? Shit got serious really fast. Things changed. The politics of the world, for a long time, it was, you know, Middle Eastern coalition was, you know, slaying the Syrian Union as it was trying to rise back up, and it was also fighting the European Federation. And it was mostly European Federation versus Middle Eastern coalition. For a long time, that was the main attitude of the war. But last episode, some old friends of ours rose up and decided, you know what? We're gonna become the world power we always wanted to be. So, the African Entente has actually captured all of Libya. So this is like probably the most interesting part of the world to me right now. The swift capture of Libya that the African Entente did, mostly just using Tunisian troops. Actually, there are Moroccans here, but most of the Moroccans are actually in France, which is the other cool thing that Morocco did. They went into France and actually captured all of France, or southern France, essentially. They still haven't capitulated, I guess, but they essentially did the same thing that the Europeans did to the Middle Eastern Coalition when the Middle Eastern Coalition were down here, I don't know, 7 episodes ago, something like that. They pushed them up, and now the Moroccans, through Monaco, because Monaco's in the faction, spread up through here and captured all this land. So this is, a lot of you guys were saying, you know, like, rip European Federation, you know, and stuff like that. I'm kind of in that bandwagon too. I don't think there's a way back from this at this point. I mean, obviously, they're not going to be able to get over here and capitulate the United States. That's never really going to happen. That's going to be impossible. So, I mean, unless they go for a long time and start outperforming the U.S., it's going to take forever to do that. But yeah, Morocco is now advancing into Italy and is definitely going to capture Genoa here. There's no doubt about that. If they capture the whole Italian peninsula, that's they're pretty much done in Europe. That's the end of them in Europe. The other cool thing about the African Entente, Kosovo is totally removing kebab right now. I totally didn't even think about it like that until you guys pointed it out in the comments. But yeah, they have completely removed kebab from most of Greece. They've taken Athens. They cornered a guy here. And it looks like they're going to be advancing towards Istanbul. So we might have a battle for Istanbul at some point soon in the future, which would be awesome. Another thing that you guys are pointing out, the Hungarians were liberating Romania. I know it's very ironic and very funny. From the Ukrainians. Yeah, a lot of you guys were also saying rip Ukraine. I think so too. I think Ukraine's probably pretty much going to be done here pretty soon. They had a good run. The Soviets are coming from the east. The English, the Romanians, the whole faction over here is coming from the west. There's nothing they could do about it. They were all the way over here to Warsaw, but they've gotten repulsed, and they were at one point all the way down here. But as you can see, a lot of these guys are probably going to get surrounded. They're probably not even going to get to escape through the naval bases. I'm sure some of them will, but not all of them. Another thing about this front over here. The Syrian Union still alive down here, but you know, obviously heavy casualties, heavy losses. I think in a weird way, I think the African Entente's going to save them, because we have the African Entente coming down this way, and it's going to start cutting off these troops. If these Middle Eastern Coalition troops don't get out of here, they're all going to be surrounded very soon once Tunisia and Algeria and Morocco start, you know, capturing all this Egyptian land, which they are pushing into Egypt. The Turks have pretty much been fully repulsed out of Libya. Just a couple more tiles to go, and they surrounded a tank here. They're doing really good, surprisingly well actually. let's check the Middle Eastern Coalition's defenses and, you know, where they're putting all their troops at. Wow, it's a very ugly front line here. They've got quite a lot of troops in Romania trying to recapture that, which is, I mean, that's a good idea. I think one of the biggest things they need to do is take out Ukraine first. Another thing they need to worry about are the Africans actually coming up through the European territory and hitting them that way. So they are repulsing the Europeans back through Austria and stuff. They surrounded a bunch of them, getting them out of Germany. But the Africans are coming too, and so they'll have to face this enemy as well. Their forces in India are pretty strong. A lot of them are suffering from a heavy attrition, though. The Pakistanis aren't really having that much attrition. Are they close to... No, they're not. They're not close to Islamabad. So Islamabad is fairly safe for now. But they are having a hard time, like, controlling this, I noticed last episode. And, of course, I think they probably have a bunch of troops over here in China that are probably surrounded, which is not good. Something you guys recommended me to do is to check which countries need to capitulate in order for the African Entente to surrender. So that's a good question. Let us check. I think this is one of the wars. Okay, yeah. So Morocco and East Turkestan are the two big countries, are the two leaders, I guess, major nations. Morocco and East Turkestan. So Morocco will need to capitulate. Morocco, I mean, they're doing good. They're really strong, but they are in kind of a vulnerable position. If you guys remember the last season that only lasted like 3 or 4 episodes, I don't really remember. Morocco was a big player, but he got navally invaded and was just destroyed after that. So the naval invasions onto Morocco are a danger for them. Let's see. And of course, East Turkestan needs to fall. That's going to be a hard one to fall. I don't know what their army is really like. It's not very big, and they've been fighting for a long time, so it's got to be not the strongest. They don't have troops on any other borders. They just have them over here in the war against these Chinese and these Indians. Remember, the Syrian Union and the African Entente are not at war, so they they're not going to be fighting each other here. They don't really care about the stuff that's controlled by Pakistan. Oh, not good for Pakistan right here though. They just got themselves, or they're going to get surrounded if they don't be careful here. That's like, it's like 7 divisions. Oh shit! Kiev was just captured. The Ukrainians no longer hold Kiev. That's bad. They might capitulate soon. I don't know if they have cores on all this stuff, so I don't think that stuff will matter. Russian-Ukrainian war. Oh my god, yeah, Ukraine 71% towards capitulation. That's scary for the European Federation. That's another scary thing for them. They have a lot of scary things going on. There is another front that I've been totally ignoring. Mozambique down here. So Mozambique is part of the African Entente, and they are fighting Middle Eastern Coalition. And you guys remember, the Middle Eastern Coalition has a large group of countries right here. I guess Botswana is not, but Angola, Namibia, this one right here, Zambia, Zimbabwe, all these guys are in the Middle Eastern Coalition. So there's a front here. I'm not sure if, you know, Mozambique's going to survive. Also, is this Lesotho right here? This is, no, Swaziland. So Swaziland's also in the faction, but they're not moving their troops up to support the Mozambique forces for some reason. But I don't know who's going to win this. They're probably going to lose. Honestly, they have lost some territory. They haven't gained any. But I don't know. You never know. The Moroccans and Kosovo have surrounded some Turks here. They are getting really close to Istanbul. They've pushed all the way across Thrace, this state here, and they're getting actually awfully close. Where, Turkey? Where are your forces at? I mean, I guess they're everywhere else, but they are not here. They are not defending. Turkmenistan, they have forces pushing down too. Forces pushing down into Persia, Palestinian Persia. So it looks like the Middle Eastern Coalition is kind of focusing Africa a little bit more now. They were just kind of, there weren't very many forces here, but now there's quite a lot, and it looks like there's some moving down possibly, or not, I don't know. But yeah, so the Africans have been stalled a little bit on their way into Egypt, but I think there's still, you know, they still have more forces, and I think they still have the momentum. So we might see a resurgence of kind of what Libya was doing when Libya was in the Syrian Union before they got capitulated and are now under the control of actually the African Entente. But when they were in the Syrian Union, they took over all of Egypt, and they pushed up into Gaza and took Jerusalem, but they were cut off here. What are these guys called again? What is this state? Oh, Lebanon. The Lebanese got cut off, and their whole energy got cut off, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. Their whole, like, all their momentum was destroyed, I guess, and they got repulsed, and then they tried one more time and they got repulsed again, and then now they lost, of course. And now the Syrian Union is stuck down here, trying to defend for themselves. Wow, Liberia has a lot of troops, and I mean, Guinea has a lot of troops too. They should send them over, send them out here. You have naval ports, you can do it. Turkey's capitulated. Holy shit. Okay, they must have captured Istanbul, but while I wasn't noticing. Okay, guys. This changes everything. Yeah, they did. They totally captured Istanbul. Morocco and Kosovo. Who would have known that the alliance of Morocco and Kosovo is capitulated, arguably one of the strongest countries in the game. Okay. Well, that might change it a little bit for the European Federation, because it gave pretty much the whole thing to the Ukraine. They're probably just going to lose it pretty fast, but I mean, that still gives them some factories. They had to move their capital to Sevastopol, which kind of sucks, honestly. But I guess we'll see where that goes. Greece has taken some land back for the European Federation. They were down here in Crete, but they've gained some land back. But I'm sure a lot of that will just be lost. Oh man, the Moroccans are gonna start just driving freely through Turkey now, or maybe not drive back. They took the city. They might though. They might start sending these troops just through the Ukrainian held territory here. Looks like Turkey is still kind of alive. They've got a Swede here. Oh yeah, and all these forces out here, all the Turkey's allies are going to start pouring in and trying to recapture it for Turkey as soon as they can. So there's probably going to be a big front line, maybe right in the middle of Turkey. Oh yeah, look, the Ukrainians, they're making their great escape. A bunch of them have been surrounded and destroyed, but they're going to have to make their escape here. This guy's leaving. The Ukrainian retreat out of Romania has finally begun. A lot of those troops must have been destroyed though, because they had probably like 20 or 25 divisions there, but now I can only see, a few here that have survived. So, rip Ukrainians. A couple of other things too. Someone wanted to know what the government type of Japan was. Conservative, so they definitely have a choice or a chance to join Middle Eastern Coalition. Or I mean, sorry, the European Federation, because European Federation has taken conservative before. Also the Galatian Concordat, because Galatian Concordat is a strictly conservative faction. So that's 2 chances for Japan to join in the fun. Also, you guys wanted to check America, who won the election. It's 2017 now. Trump did. Of course he did. He won. Trump won. Okay. So Trump is the president right now, by the way, in this world. The Moroccans are on their way into Italy. They're trying to surround Genoa, it looks like, but the Europeans are putting up a little bit of a fight here. There's not too many of them, but the ones that are there are, I guess, making it a little bit hard for Morocco to take land. Morocco has also got all the way up here to Strasbourg, and they are capturing all of that Indian German land. Alright, what's going on here, Morocco? Morocco likes to do these, I guess they're doing spearheads. They like to do these spearheads where they just go straight across, and it might work for them. I don't know. Oh, I guess they're gonna go this way instead of going this way. I would capture this stuff first over here, Morocco. That'd probably be the better idea. But yeah, you should go you go that way too, I guess. You could go capitulate. If you go capitulate Kurdistan, that'd be big too. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 3-way war going on here in Turkey itself. We have different factions, each fighting each other, each at war with the other 2. Each controlling different parts of Turkey. We have the European Federation controlling Ankara and North. We have the African Entente holding Istanbul and a weird squiggly line that goes straight down. And we have Turkey, who controls Aleppo, Anatolia, and a few other little areas. What a crazy world we live in. Just to point out, the Tunisian advance into Libya and Egypt has been halted, actually, and they are being repulsed quite a bit. They seem to have pulled back on a defensive line, and they're going to try and hold Benghazi in these areas, keep them from pushing any further. But looks like at the same time, the Middle Eastern Coalition, their troop count has faltered here in this area, so I don't know how long their advance is going to be. I think they probably are going to be focusing this up here more. Oh shit, okay, so Turkestan, or Turkmenistan, sorry, was capitulated, but the Palestinians got them, but that opened up a new front for the Syrian Union with Uzbekistan. So Uzbekistan is in the Syrian Union. They have built up a big army here and have a lot of volunteers. This could be good for the Syrian Union, and it's going to be good for Pakistan, because Pakistan and the Syrian Union desperately needs help over here. And if all these Syrian Union troops now start pouring down into Palestine, and with the additional factories of Turkmenistan, they should do pretty good, actually. They've got quite the army here that they've been holding. They've been saving up. Just because they're landlocked, they haven't really been able to send it out anywhere. But yeah, they have surrounded... I think there were a couple other divisions here, but there's only one left. One Palestinian-Persian division has been surrounded, and there's not very much defense. There's I think that's an Egyptian truck? No, Iraqi truck defending, but not going to be defending for very much longer. Italy still holding on to Genoa somehow. They're working on it, guys. They're doing it. They're keeping the faction alive. Another thing I was thinking, if Spain were to ever join a faction, or were to ever join, they don't have claims on this stuff, I guess. That's weird. Spain should have claims on these too, but if I was just thinking, if they did have claims, then that would be crazy if they joined the European Federation, because they have quite the force here. I'm not sure if they've been sending volunteers. They might have been. I might have seen some Spanish flags out there, but if they were to join the European Federation, they would crush this Moroccan-controlled area here, which would be pretty cool to see, actually. So it looks like a lot of these states out here in Europe have been transferred to Turkey to keep them alive, essentially, to keep them going. So Turkey controls random little states throughout Europe right now. Oh my god, look. Morocco. What happened to Turkey? They just had a bunch of this under control. I guess the Moroccans came in and just slapped them in the face. So yeah, Morocco has about a half of Turkey now, and they're assaulting into the unguarded Ukrainian areas. They also have given some territory to Tunisia, or the Tunisians have captured some territory themselves. But yeah, I mean, the Tunisians need to watch out, or I mean, the Moroccans need to watch out down here. The Egyptians have been pushing in, or, you know, just this faction in general, have been pushing in and have been repulsing them from Libya. If they get close to Tunisia and capitulate Tunisia, that's bad, because a lot of their troops come from Tunisia. Man, there's a lot of Middle Eastern Federation here out in Persia right now trying to protect it. It looks like, oh my god, look at that. How much attrition do all these guys have? If this army all gets killed, that's huge. Look at this. So Pakistan has surrounded probably 30 or 40 divisions. Do they have a city? They have no cities. So various shit supply. Oh wait, this might be a city right here. Yeah, they have one city, so they have a port. They could escape from this port. Yeah, it looks like a lot of them are. So that's actually, that was close for them. They almost all got surrounded with no port. If they were to, you know, assault this port, that might be a good idea for Pakistan. But Pakistan is coming back with a very strong fist. Uzbekistan finally gets to help, and they're pushing down here into Palestine slowly. As you can see, Equatorial Guinea has a little bit of a territory there just because they're the leader and they demanded it. So I want to check one more time on the list over here. Okay, so for Equatorial Guinea, Western Ugandan Raj also needs to capitulate. Or I mean for the Syrian Union. So that must mean, you know, Western Ugandan Raj, there's still a colony. So Uganda doesn't need to capitulate, but Western Ugandan Raj needs to capitulate, which is weird. So a colony is considered more of a major nation than the owner of the colony. Oh man, Ukraine has moved their capital down to Turkey. Oh shit, they capitulated. I didn't even notice that. Ukraine has capitulated, guys. The Soviet Union has all their old territory back. Ooh, that's scary. That's scary. What? So, are they fighting these other factions? the Soviet Union is fighting the Russian state. I know that for sure. So they are. Oh man, this might be a huge comeback for the just uniting Russia in general. The Soviet Union has flooded all this territory they recaptured with their troops, and they're going to be flooding into all this Russian state-held stuff. Let's look at the faction map mode here. The Syrian Union, a little bit of Syrian Union, but then the Asian Entente. So the Asian Entente, like the reason, I think 2 episodes ago I put a poll in the description, or in the chat, not in the chat, in the comment section, and I actually included the Asian Entente. The poll was, who do you think is going to win? Who's going to be on the top? And I put the Asian Entente on there just because, you know, I see the potential with the USSR, you know, North Korea, Vietnam. Probably not these guys, mostly just the USSR. The USSR, if it can unite Russia and fight just a split, you know, a split rest of the world, it has a good chance of doing some good for itself. Look at Europe though. I'd say probably like 70% of Europe is united under the Middle Eastern Coalition at this point, because of all this Russia, all this Ukraine, all this Central Europe, Northern Europe, the, you know, Sweden and Finland, all that stuff is controlled by them. But we might see the Asian Entente come in and actually take it. I'm not sure if they're at war though. They might be. Is the Asian Entente at war with them? They're not, actually. They're not at war with them. So they are only at war with the Syrian Union, I think. Because they're at war with all these guys. Yeah, they're not at war with anybody else, but they have weird tensions with England. Russian state is at war with us. Okay, I see. So I see this yellow stuff is just Russian state territory controlled by another country. But yeah, guys, we're going to end this one here. A bunch of big countries capitulated today. India capitulated. The Ukraine capitulated. Ukraine capitulated. And Turkey capitulated. So that's big. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this episode, make sure to leave a like and a favorite and a subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys all next time when Morocco and the USSR or Soviet Union continues to grow. Alright, peace.